Oh, dude, StreamYard is kind of.
I need to get a haircut tomorrow, Jenny.
I'm getting mine cut tomorrow.
Really?
Yep.
This old ass nigga.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna go too.
Are we live now?
It still says waiting.
I said, no, we're live now.
It does say
Sorry.
We're live now.
I'm
We're
gassy,
live now.
bro.
Dude, that's some next level shit. I love that.
Yeah, of course, get Riggs and all the homies. Let's call in. Let's start the fucking stream. Like,
It's
we
getting
need to
late.
take over LFA. This is ridiculous that we have not. We have so much better content. We just need to peel off of LFA.
Fuck Alpha.
no. I agree.
It's not a shiesty move. It's just that's how shit happens. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a shiesty. Just that's how shit happens. Like, oh, I hear myself.
Yeah, what's with the delay?
Here, let's go to the StreamYard.
Sorry, that was my fault. That was my fault.
Yo, bro, we got the stream going. I think we're gonna have people call in.
Oh, I brought my ring light. I brought my portable ring light.
Well, I have got no. Your light looks dope.
I know, but
You have a portable ring light.
so you could be in the big boy chair and I can float around.
All right. Well, Mark is making some extravagant farting noises here. Is the YouTube going? God damn it, this is so
It
retarded.
is going.
You see what these?
Oh, okay, we got two people waiting. Wait, are people in the green room? Because I see no one in the green room right now.
See one of
No,
these?
nobody's in the green room because you have to give the link.
Oh, that helps. Pin it. Video details.
Yeah, I got this shit. They got all different types.
So cool.
Oh, this is so annoying. Like,
Can we
where is
order
it coming
Taco
from?
Bell to go?
No, you gotta go get it.
Like five,
That sounds good.
doesn't it? What would you get?
Ooh,
Okay, I'm
look how bright
streaming
that
through
is.
StreamYard. How do I? I guess
probably
does this
nachos
go
with
to
nothing.
my? I guess it's connected.
No
Huh?
tomatoes for me.
And then just
So
a
I can
couple
just
of hard
treat
shell
StreamYard
tacos.
as.
Dude, but they don't travel well.
They don't travel well.
No.
You're right.
Can I?
would get
Can I
Mexican pizza.
treat?
Those are good.
No
too.
tomatoes.
That would be
Because
good.
the tomatoes aren't real.
I like their tomatoes.
No,
Freaking tucking my shirt for this shit, bro.
Dude, maybe one of those. Hey, do you have Uber Eats over here?
They do.
Dude, it's fucking America in 2024. You get the fuck you want.
If you order that, I got cash. I will hand it to you right now. I
want me
would
to?
die for a Nachos Bel Grande.
Brother.
The fire sauce.
Really?
Oh my
You're
God.
gonna
I'll pay
die.
for yours.
This nigga. Oh, hey, what up, CSS Element?
I'll pay for all.
Oh shit.
that.
This
Oh,
Enga
they do.
gonna die for a Nacho Bel
You want
Grande.
me to?
Okay.
What do you want?
All right, we
Get me out of
rocking
that
now,
green
yeah?
room. Out of that green room.
Man, this sucks.
Onto the
guys.
stage.
Dude, 100%. Get some fucking pizza.
Out of the green room and onto the
Yo,
stage.
what up?
There ain't no girls here to fucking cook me food. I can't move.
Let's see, I can't hear
You see
you.
me on ketamine? I wouldn't even do
That might be my fault. One
Macro
sec.
Speakers.
die.
Audio output.
I need Nachos Bel Grande to do that.
Check.
Okay,
check.
there we go. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yep. What up?
No tomatoes. Wow, a lot of people don't like those.
Yeah, dude.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Bags, dude.
Yo, Drewpok, is your microphone still on?
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, here, jump. Are you gonna jump in the StreamYard?
Dude.
Here, you take my mic.
No. Get your ring light and jump in the StreamYard.
Get your
Send me
ring
the
light.
StreamYard.
We're ordering food right now. You need to relax.
Send me the stream.
Well, we need participants in the StreamYard also.
Gotta advertise the StreamYard.
I mean, hey, we got a step further, right? This is what I wanted to do last
Oh.
time, and I couldn't even get
I think I
that
kind of hear
figured
myself
out.
now in the background.
I mean, I'm glad we got this far. I mean, is this working? Like, we're hearing each other?
Is there? Can you check the echo cancellation?
I mean, I'm glad we got this far. I mean, is this working? Like, we're hearing each other?
Is there? Can you check the echo cancellation?
Echo cancellation?
Really well.
Checked.
You want me?
It was not on.
100%.
Okay, hopefully that helps.
Nice. Okay. I think. Well, I should probably. Well,
What else
if we want to have Drew
Oh,
on
let's
stream,
go into my home address. Fuck.
this may prove difficult, but
God damn.
I'm glad we got this far. I mean, this is kind of the point. Like,
We're good. We're good.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah, give it a little shot. Test it out a little bit.
We're good.
Throw it
down.
live.
Oh wait. Oh wait, I can turn the light down for my phone. Hold on.
You want
Let's
beans?
see here. Scenic Amaran 60X. Turn it down a little bit, huh?
No tomatoes.
It's pretty good. I see it pulsing. Do you see it pulsing? The light?
That's
I
all you
do,
want is
yeah.
an Nacho Grande?
No, no, Mexican pizza.
Oh,
I think that's
Yeah.
wonder what that is.
got it, babe.
So it's not pulsing in
Mexican
OBS.
pizza, no tomatoes. You got it.
Well,
I'm just gonna get a taco.
what? I'm gonna be pissed when you do what?
We're ordering Taco Bell to deliver.
Oh, I do not want that.
Taco
We
Bell
just
delivered.
ate-
Damn,
we
dude,
ate
how
like
much is that gonna
two-
cost?
We ate like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I'm full.
I mean,
I'm
whatever.
full too. I'm full.
There's leftovers in the refrigerator.
Is that Nachos Bel Grande?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I mean, I guess it is
Send-
what it is.
Send it to my place. I want 3 taco supremes, Mexican pizza, and one of those Baja
See?
Baja
See?
burritos.
Sure, you want it? It's $26.60 just for that little bit.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, damn, I like this. Okay. You
I don't have that many. You'd have
show
to
on
tell
the
me.
StreamYard. It's kind of cool when you get to taste a little bit of power.
Oh, Daddy's first StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, I guess. I mean, is this going to my YouTube people too?
Johnny, did you send me the StreamYard link?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, everything's like working.
Yep. Actually,
Oh my god, it's like a fucking pussy.
flowing,
Yeah, bro.
flowing pretty well.
Oh, bro.
Bro, it's in the YouTube thing. It's in the YouTube chat.
I owe you. I owe you.
Bro, it's 2024. It's in the YouTube chat. Dude, Pac, I can't wait for you to join the stream. It's gonna
Sounds
be
way,
amazing.
baby. Got you.
Dude, Pac, I can't wait for you to join the stream.
What time you gotta be there? Oh.
Drew,
Yep.
follow me on YouTube and watch my live, and it's in the chat.
We did it. Look,
Oh.
Garrett, we quit.
Fuck
In the
you, dude.
chat.
Here I come. Here I come.
He's coming.
Coming hard.
Mark is being a total hater right now. I don't know why.
Yours.
Oh, is that Pepe? Let's go. Pepe
He's
coin.
to the TV.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Dude, right on the TV.
No, Drew,
DJ
YouTube.
Pepe, bro.
YouTube, my YouTube account. Click the StreamYard.
All right.
I
here
can
I come.
hear it on Drew's phone. I can hear you through Drew's
Well,
phone.
it's because
back
we
on
both have
speaker.
the mics on. It's both coming through the DJI interface.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
electronics, a lot of technology going on here.
Yeah, I mean there needs to be a manager. I probably should take that. Oh well, bro. Let me get a pic of that real quick. Holy shit, that looks good. I love it.
Okay.
That's good. Just get in the zona.
I only do high leverage, max
Oh, that's such
bidding.
a cool photo. That's a good
Max
light.
leverage.
Here, I'm gonna
Great
take this
light.
though. Use that microphone because it's gonna fuck up mine.
Better believe it. 30x leverage. Max bidding.
Oh, I see you, bro. No dick pics. Because that's why backstage is.
Dude, I want mine real quick.
Yo, what up, Pac?
Yeah.
We gotta turn
Hey,
the
bro,
brand
what's
on
popping
the
off?
dick pic, though, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, that
Clemson
ring light
in
looks
the
pretty
building.
dope.
I know,
Clemson.
right?
I'm actually kind of impressed. I took the photo of you with it. It's nice
Clemson,
and
let's go.
it's like a compact ring light.
It's a
dope.
great little tchotchke, dude. It's a great tchotchke.
Yeah.
You sound like
I mean, they gave it away
That's
for
good.
free, you know?
What's your mom, bro?
Ultimate elf.
Dude, get Peanut Gallery on his own phone.
Yeah, get Marky Wah. You gotta call in, bro.
I just hear him in the background.
Well,
Peanut Gallery. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, you got the light attached to the phone. Gives that.
Dude, we got fucking 3 people in here.
shadowless image.
Sorry, shadowless image.
Yeah, with the ring light.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Ask Drew. CSS Elements. CT Settlements has a question for you.
No, it's no question. I'm just saying it looks cool.
I'm getting my headphones.
Well, it's sick. It goes around the iPhone. It's like a tiny little compact light. I was like, that's a really
I
cool
know.
light.
The point of a ring light is to shoot through it because then you have no shadows.
No,
Or
it's
the shadows
around
just-
his lens. It's around the lens.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah, it
clips
gives a
on it.
halo effect.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Exactly. I know. Oh, that's a mini.
Dude, that thing's.
It's
I gotta
my
buy. I
phone.
gotta buy one of those.
That's
sick.
dope.
No, it looks like really nice on the.
Wow.
Turn it down the temperature a notch.
I could even turn it up.
No, the temperature. A little
I
cooler.
thought you were using
Or,
Johnny's ring light.
Yeah, no, that's pretty amazing looking, actually.
Yeah,
It's real
that's cool.
soft. It's real soft. I like it.
Good shit.
Thank you. Free.
Everybody's getting their
Awesome.
little.
Got it at work. Somebody gave me
Free 99.
$3.99.
Yep, everyone's getting their little setup situated. I like it.
HP and Poly.
Get your setup.
Yo, C-Man, how do you do a line of sight shit? I was looking at some of these options for like prompters that have, because I kind of like it looking straight into the lens. I've got it calibrated
Yeah.
right now to where I'm like very close to the lens, but
Yeah.
it's still, it's all right.
No,
Dang it,
I was looking into that too. I think they're like, you can get one for like $150, but then you can put. I have one of these small monitors. It's like HDMI or USB-C monitors that is really small and flat,
What?
and it's powered by the USB-C
that?
if you use it through USB-C and not HDMI. But you can put that
Nice.
on the prompter so it reflects, and then it's kind of, I think, the way they have Jesse's studio set up. You can look directly
Yeah.
at the person.
That's when Hake gets
camera
like
shoots
the
through.
I don't have the app.
10,000 mile stare. He's just like looking into the beyond. He's like looking into the lens at a very
There we go.
focused middle point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of weird though if you do it too much. Maybe it should be
Well, I
off
mean-
camera a little bit.
All it does is it makes it like there's a real person in the room. Like you're addressing
Right,
the
right.
person. You can look away if you want. You don't have to stare at it like Hake does sometimes.
True.
But
True.
I mean, I just treat it like a person.
It's
A lot,
funny.
I think a lot of speakers or talent, whatever you want to call it, they just get used to addressing the camera as if it's a person. Like I'm addressing the
Of
camera
course.
now.
Of course.
And they just get used to it and they treat it like
Right.
someone's eyes.
Very
you know,
important.
Yeah.
You can look
Yeah,
away
I
from
mean-
time to time, but it also creates a lot of impact when you're looking directly at the viewer. They feel the connection.
That's interesting. I mean, you could do a whole dissertation like theory on looking into a camera lens, speaking versus,
fucking
and as you're saying, like doing offbeat, kind of looking to the side as public speakers do. But this is a new thing.
What is?
Looking into a lens, speaking to people.
Well, but what I'm saying is I think talent from, 50 years ago, they still had to learn the
No,
same
I
thing
mean,
without
yes.
a teleprompter.
No, I mean new in the
another
last
Wachowski app?
100 century.
Mm.
I don't mean new as just in the internet era. I mean new as
Looking into the
You know,
machine's
sitting-
eye.
this did not exist, a century ago. It's just so bizarre. It's really weird to me.
Yeah, well, makes sense. Practical. We wouldn't be doing it if we weren't communicating to another human on the other side, right?
Of course. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, having a skill, speaking on camera is a very high value skill.
Yeah,
being-
it is.
Being,
It's
being
public
present
speaking.
and being good. Yeah, but public
With a-
speaking,
with-
even
with
on
a technical
camera, is
aspect,
yeah. There's a lot involved. I mean,
especially in the
it's-
age of Zoom calls and
yes, it's not just speaking in
StreamYard.
front of people. There's technology and behind it. There's understanding of lighting behind it, your background, your surroundings. Again, are we living in a simulation? Or are we just making up our own stages? Like, is that what we're doing? Because I feel like I'm kind of creating a little stage, and I got to put little, things around me to kind of hear. Oh, my little stage isn't even set up right now.
Wait, is metal pants? Is metal pants? Is that Ben?
Dude, we're just sitting over here doing nothing.
Hello.
Getting this light to just light up the world.
That's exactly what I didn't want to do. Why was it not? Anyways,
Is metal pants? Is that Ben?
no, Andy Pants. I don't know who Metal Pants is.
Well, Davey was under the impression that was Ben.
Who?
Ben.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. These may be new things to me. Hold on.
Well, how would he have found it if you didn't?
Who's Metal Pants?
Ben.
I'm gonna get the actual app.
Yeah, but on what platform? Where?
I'm gonna-
Like, what are you talking
Discord.
about?
Discord.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Probably. That'd be tight.
Get on Discord.
I don't know where he's at.
Well, I mean, did you send him an invitation?
No.
So there's no way he could have randomly found it without an invitation.
These younger kids got good investigation skills, though. I'm sure he could.
No, there's no way you'd randomly find a Discord. There's no way. It's not posted anywhere.
I mean, is the bouncer going to bounce him out? I don't know. I don't think that I sent him
No,
anything.
he's in the LFA chat.
Oh, interesting. Maybe I
think
sent
you
him an
invited
LFA.
him. Yeah, you
Well, I
must
didn't.
have.
I didn't. I gotta pee, dude. I gotta pee. Shit's stressing me out.
Oh, now I'm back. Why is my shit not
Too
working?
much going on.
No, I'll take it. Yeah.
Testing.
Is anyone backstage, Mark? Can you see backstage?
I don't know. I'm gonna look on the computer after the choose activity. I don't know. Choose activity. How do you do it?
What are you doing?
There's people backstage, dude.
No. Don't fuck it up.
Okay, I'm not gonna fuck it up.
Just let me pee.
Let them pee.
God damn it. No, you're in Discord. Oh, well, what the fuck?
I didn't touch anything.
Who's AC?
Me.
I know.
But Pyro's not in there? Like, there are two ACs?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Who's the second AC?
Probably his other phone.
Oh, it's probably because I'm in the app and YouTube.
Oh.
Selling.
Well, sign out. Well, whatever. You do you, bro. You figure it out.
Anyways, throw Mark in here.
Am I in 3 times?
Oh, Mark, log in with your freaking phone, bro.
I don't know. I'm gonna phone my arm.
Your arms are tired.
Yeah.
Wow. My arms are tired. I can't log into the StreamYard.
Can't hold my phone. My arms are so tired.
Games for eating nachos Logano, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Need
That's
dex-
funny.
need that dexterity.
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
They're gonna knock on your door. Be ready for it.
They better knock gently, or else I'm gonna.
No, they're gonna just-
Fucking-
Hey, you guys hear me?
No, I cannot hear you.
I can't hear. Why are these fucking pieces of shit headphones not working?
Make sure the inputs.
Expensive. That's-
Well, it's probably user error. What's the how do they interact with the phone? See, yeah, dude, I will tell you, since I got my new phone, everything works. It's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Nice, huh?
Oh, bro, I'm like, I was dealing with a lot of resistance because there's a lot of times I want to pull up my phone and take a picture of something that's gonna die in like 2 seconds, you know.
Oh, is a battery
And I'm
issue?
like, no. I mean, sorry, a moment that's gonna die, and I want to capture the moment. And it's gonna die in like 2 seconds, and there's no way with my old phone. There's no way I'm pulling out my phone and capturing, that thing. And this new phone, I can actually pull out my phone, take a picture within like a minute or a second or 2 seconds.
Yeah, hopefully it's under a second.
No, it's within 1 or 2 seconds probably. But I thought that was really cool. That's one of the big.
And which one did you get?
Got the 13 mini. I got it for
13. That's right.
Yeah, 13 mini. It's obviously unlocked.
Gay.
It's unlocked. I got it through Amazon's renewal program. I guess they got some third-party people they've partnered with to verify. Yeah, I'm sure. No, it's a pretty much a brand new phone. Like I can't find any scuffs or scratches about it, and it's the battery life is.
I thought 12 was the last mini, but maybe
No,
13 is the last
dog.
one.
13
Maybe.
dog. No, it's not. Maybe I'm holding one.
No. I mean, did they make a 14 or 15?
No. 13's the last. I got the last because I knew that was my precursor going into this. I was like, I want a new phone, but I want this big fucking bitch honky thing.
I don't
want to have I want to have no purse to carry around my phone.
I hate that they don't make just the pocket size anymore. It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me.
But what more does the modern ones have that this one doesn't?
Just faster processor, better cameras, better sensor.
Yeah. Because this thing's fast as lightning for me right now, Yeah,
but maybe I have the 12. It's been great. I like it. 12 mini. It's been great.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't believe, it's when you hold on to something for so long that's kind of messed up, and then you let go of it, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
This new phone is amazing. I'm like, all my apps work, like my Bluetooth works every time immediately. My old phone was always like one headphone, and then like it'd fuck up, and then cut out, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh. Anyways, obvious stuff. But did you figure it out, Pac? Yo, Flo, are you gonna call in or not, bro? Hey, what's should we throw the StreamYard into I'm good to go for like another hour, bro. Like we should drop this in the
I'll get on the stream with my nachos look around.
I'm just gonna fucking drop it in the fucking shit. I don't give a fuck.
Drop it in the shit.
Pyro's chatting.
I know. He said it's 4 a.m. I tried to get him in here. First of all, he's never been on camera. I don't know what he looks like. He's not going to get on camera, but I tried to get a voice in here.
Oh, shit. Oh, you dropped it. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, Riggs was here, but now I guess he signed off.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'm just glad that, like, this is actually working. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, no.
This is all I ever wanted.
It's pretty good.
Just
working fine.
What the fuck, bro? Like,
well, here, let's get some topics. Get Marky Watt on here. Get Joe's camera back on. Whatever he's doing.
Damn, the disrespect, bro. The disrespect.
I think they're back up.
Yeah, true. Who are you calling?
Backstage, Jack.
Bro, check out my.
This is the third instance. Okay, we'll let you in. No, I've done this on Tomato Stream. It was so funny because I was like, I kept logging out because every time you would exit the StreamYard app, it would log you out.
Yeah, it's just app issues with versus the browser.
Are you experiencing that when you toggle the app? If you toggle the StreamYard app, it will log you out. And I think I was driving Sarah nuts one night because I kept toggling it, trying to like go to texts and then go to YouTube. And I'm like, what the fuck? Every time I toggle the app, it puts me out of the stream. It makes sense. I get it. I get it. But it's like,
I mean, I don't think it intends to.
Like, it just was not registering. And she was probably like, God damn this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
but-
get finally. God, that's
All right. Let's give our thoughts on Pepe.
What's that? Pepe coin? Or are we talking Pepe?
No,
as
no,
a
no. Just the
cultural Pepe?
figure, the cultural phenomenon. I'm just
Oh,
trying to
well,
throw
yeah,
a
All
topic
hail
out
Pepe,
here.
dog.
Not
All
as
hail
hot as it used to
Pepe.
be.
Wait, what's Drew got to say?
Not as hot as he used to be. But yeah, he's an icon. I liked Pepe back in the day. When I hear the name Pepe, I think kind of cringy, outright, like white boys. I don't know.
Nice.
QAnon,
Hmm.
just stream of consciousness. That's kind of what I think.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how that happened because the cartoonist, the creator, had no hand in that whatsoever.
That's the internet for you.
Yeah, it is an internet phenomenon. It's really interesting. I don't know how that happened.
He just captured a vibe, that sad frog, just captured something about like.
Wait, hold on,
white
Johnny.
male plight.
Johnny, can you mute your mic? 'Cause I'm getting an echo on from Drew because he's
We'll
in the
boot
same
your
room.
other account.
You know what I mean?
Wait, what was the last thing you said, Drew?
Just the frog, like it's hard to articulate, but something about him
Johnny, can you mute?
reflected the just kind of the hopeless feeling of white males.
Johnny.
I'm walking outside.
Oh, okay, that helps. That helps. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how it got from A to B, but it's
Yeah, I don't know
interesting.
It is for sure.
Do you know the most famous Pepe comic? The one that kicked it off?
No.
It's the one where his friend or where Pepe is in the bathroom and he's taking a leak, but he pulled his pants all the way down instead of just opening the fly. Kind of like, kids might have done back in the day when you're at the pool, when you're like in elementary school. There's that one kid that pulls his pants like all the way down to his ankles. And everyone's like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And then Pepe just responds to his buddy. He's like, "Feels good, man."
Feels good,
And then
man.
they're both just like, "Yeah, it does." The freedom to just pull your pants all the way down. I don't know. I thought it was so funny. And apparently millions of other people did too, because it captured such a innocent thing that everyone can align with. Everyone knows
like
that
the
one
ones-
kid who pulled his pants all the way down to his ankles in elementary school when he was pissing in the urinal. like
Yeah.
nobody ever taught him. how to
Everyone
pee.
grew up with
Just-
that, one of those kids.
Yeah.
You did
I
it.
like the one where Pepe is just
Mark did it.
like in a blanket, like in his room, staring at the
Oh,
computer.
jump on the stream, bro.
Yeah, I think that came much later. I think that may have been an iteration.
That one just tickled me quite a bit. I like that one.
Yeah, Matt Fury is the original artist, but I don't think he didn't make any of these memes. It's just people reproducing the idea of Pepe the Frog. But how it got to be kind of a like young, right, conservative image, I have no idea. It's interesting to me.
Be a good duck.
It would. I mean, it might actually exist. It might actually already exist.
There probably is something on it.
Yeah, but it's a fascinating little
Where's my
memes,
goddamn air?
right? Memes.
I love memes.
I know everyone does. Memes are great.
Big part of culture, huh?
Dude, a lot of people hate this one from late last year, but that Kevin James shrugging picture that got turned into 1,000 memes. I don't know.
Oh
why.
yeah.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Kevin James shrugging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure
So
you've seen
good.
it.
He's like,
Oh, that guy, the King of Queens. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah,
picture.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I
good.
keep that in my
It really hit a note in culture, didn't it? Really
It
hit a note.
absolutely did. Yeah.
It's funny how memes are funny because they're just they're still images with maybe
They
some
capture-
text, but just
Bro.
captures everything that's going on in a still
cultural-
moment.
Yeah.
I've sent that as like a text response, just that picture, and it just works Like so good.
So good. Yeah.
I printed
yeah.
this out a long time ago because it was, I forget who it was. I think it's Eric, my neighbor.
What does it
I
say?
think he mentioned it, like mimetic magic, manipulation of the root social matrix and fabric of reality. It's kind of, it's a little bit of a psychology and kind of like magic kind of thing, a little bit outsider, or like something you find maybe in the occult bookstore.
Right.
But I
What
pulled
does
that out
mimetic
recently
mean?
because I've had it for like 2 years, but I never read it. And then I saw it referenced just recently. I was like, oh, maybe I should read that because these memes are interesting. I think they go a lot deeper than most people realize.
They're
into,
I
deeper
didn't
than
realize the meme was
the
spelling.
social
than
matrix, the
mimetic.
cultural matrix.
Yeah, they're
Like data,
more
the data
complex.
the data we all share. Anyways, continue.
They're we only used to have spells, right? Spellings, the different spellings of things and words, but now we have images that can be shared. Because back
Right.
in the day, you couldn't share an image unless a painter were to reproduce it.
Right.
And now, like, we can literally just take a screenshot of anything and share it. So it's the
Yeah.
duplication of images. This goes back to like I'm thinking conscious, just flow of consciousness, but like the Gutenberg press, the printing press. That was a huge thing in duplicating text in a high volume manner in printing. And once you
It's a megaphone.
I mean, it's nuts when you start thinking about it, but it's a mechanical device that's replicating it. It's not,
Amplifier.
yeah, but it's amplifying like per capita, if you will. I'm speaking out loud. I'm just brainstorming here, but you're amplifying it on a per print basis. It's not from a megaphone, and you're not hitting masses, right? But in a sense, it's a paradox. But in a sense, you are hitting a mass amount of people by printing these little tiny things. You're pretty much duplicating little bits or little pixels, right? It's like a little idea.
Yeah, it's duplication. That's why they call the paperbacks mass market paperback. It's for the mass market.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like even if you duplicate something that's low value, if you duplicate it enough, it can blanket certain sections of industry or
And I think
social media or whatever.
And I think the Gutenberg press was like 1600s, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Around 1440, so even before that. But it probably took.
When was photography developed? Like 1800s,
the
like late
photography
1800s.
is around like 2 years old or 200 years old, and then cinema is around 120 years old, and that's a blip of time when it comes to the history of humanity. So we're still learning the impact that this will have on culture and society, and especially we have the internet now, and that's just amplifying more and more and more and more. I mean,
it's like an exponential. Weird. It's like an exponential amplification, especially of certain artists. Or if you make a meme, and it's getting exponentially amplified based on time and who gets a hold of it. And how many. It's nuts. It's nuts when you start breaking down.
It's all about attention now. Like who can keep your attention? Attention is the currency of today because everyone is fighting for your attention, which takes time. But yeah, the currency is time, but attention is the I guess it's the
medium. It's the format.
The fiat. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good segue because this project that Jimmy Edgar's doing, I think it's just fascinating, and I'm realizing more and more every day what the vision is. It's not just some little crypto coin. it's a whole idea. It's a whole idea that blends art, music, money, and also spiritual elements as well. Greed and fear and creativity and mob mentality and movement and culture. It's a big experiment in that. He really is a genius. I've been noticing more and more.
So what's the goal? He's
Can you
pulling.
turn the background down a tiny bit?
Oh,
The music.
hold on. I'm not around that. Hold on.
Oh, it's fine now. Now I can't hear it.
Well, I'm getting closer to it. Okay. Okay.
Well, essentially, he's created a system with no specific expectations from it. And, he went from a musician to a visual artist to a crypto guy now, which is
Right.
unusual that he
Yep.
would,
Sure.
cross all these boundaries. But I think that's what's so cool about him is like we need artists, not just him, but we need artists to be in these spaces so that they can inject cultural reflections into it. That's so necessary. But there's a lot of background noise. There's a
I have no background noise.
Is there
It's the air conditioning. Oh, hold on. The air conditioning did just kick on. Hold on. Audio, mic, reduce mic background noise. It's just a checkbox. Does that help?
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah.
It's funny. It's just a checkbox. I can't determine threshold or anything. But
so the first project he launched that I was aware of is Pool Void, and pool is a reference to a liquidity pool. So a liquidity pool, is essentially where everyone, who's ever trading, goes into a liquidity pool, and usually you have to, if you're going to create a stock, you have to start with a liquidity pool so that if someone buys or sells, you can cover it. Yeah. It's kind of like a miniature bank, right?
Yep.
They have to have money when people come and say, I want to withdraw $200. You have to have $200 to give them. But especially with today's bank, because we use fractional reserve methodology, if everybody comes to the bank at the same time, we're fucked, because the bank only holds like 10% of the actual ledger in the bank.
Sure.
Because people usually don't come for all their money. They come for the money they take out from the ATM to pay a bill, this or that, or they apply for a loan. And when you apply for a loan, what is a loan? Well, a loan is the money that everyone in that bank, all the citizens, have pooled together, right? They create a big community pool. So when you get a loan, the bank gives you that loan, which is other people's money, essentially. And then that's why it's dangerous if there is a collapse and everyone comes to the bank at the same time. And you see this in the movie It's a Wonderful Life, when everybody comes to the bank and tries to withdraw their money at the same time because there's a panic. And the bank says, we can't, because we're invested, we're funding all these community projects. And that's what a bank is good for. You can fund community projects. You can build a rec center, a school, a gym, a government building, because everyone pools their money together. And they can provide loans, and eventually those loans are paid off because we're creating productivity, right? And that's going to bring in more money. And that's how you build wealth. So anyways, the pool void, it's interesting because the pool is the liquidity pool, but the void is like the trash can. It's death. It's where you throw all your energy so that it can be renewed.
Did you see that? The guy with the rock street So I had to.
Are you yelling at someone?
Hang on.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting how banks work. You seem to have a more of a full circle understanding of it.
Well,
I-
part of this, Jimmy specifically, his project has been an educational experience, which I was not expecting. But it's fascinating. I was telling Casey the other day because she loves crime, like detective, like crime solving.
most women do, yeah.
Yeah, but she has like a special thing for it. So I bought this like crime solving board game. It's called Detective. But yeah, it's
How
really
original.
fun. Yeah, it's just Detective, a modern crime board game. But you follow clues and you try to put it together. You know, the famous game Clue. But this is kind of like that because he drops hints on Twitter, and if you don't pay attention, you don't know what to do. You don't know how the game works. But that was me at the beginning, and I'm starting to learn the game more and more. And I'm starting to see his vision. I'm starting to see like what he's trying to do because he's not obvious about it. He wants you to figure it out in the same way that Jesse wants you to figure it out. He wants you to figure it out for yourself so you can see it for yourself and learn it for yourself. He's showing a way, and he's showing his vision, but he's not trying to make it too
Push
obvious.
it on you.
Yeah, he doesn't want to push it on you. He just says,
Yeah, I
"You
mean,
do you."
well, it's interesting when you start to create an organization where you leave little clues, and whoever picks up on these things, those are the people that you want in your organization, and the people that don't pick up on the subtleties, they're not part of the organization. They should not be a part of the organization.
Right.
I mean, inherently, because they're not picking up on these little details, and that's okay, and that's fine. You know, we all have to work with everyone, but it's really cool that once you, I mean, yeah, I've had, girlfriends like this when they pick up on the little things that you're thinking, and you're like, oh wow, okay, this person is different because they're understanding the subtleties of even like physics, like, putting down a coffee cup. There's 50 different ways to put down a coffee cup. I think Nick Stream was talking about this, about how he's a ninja and he's not heavy-handed, and him and his cousin used to late night have what do they call them? There's an acronym for it. It's I think it's low nutrition cereal, LNCs, low nutrition cereal. I don't know if LNCs means low nutrition cereal, but they always refer to it, so I assume that that's it. They're talking about like Lucky Charms, like Frosted Flakes.
Sure. Yeah.
And there's a big, sorry, I'm going on a tangent here, but there's a big push from General Mills right now to replace dinner with cereal, like that it's an okay thing. But what I'll circle back fully. Hopefully I still can, but it's about differentiating in people in your club that can understand these nuances and understand these little details. They're very important.
Yeah.
And real recognize real, and especially when Nick, he's talking about putting down a bowl when your parents are asleep and you're not supposed to be awake, and you have sorry dude, sorry bro, yeah, when your parents are asleep, and you don't want them to wake up, and you got to put down that cereal bowl. There's many ways to put it down, and he said his cousin would always just like slam it down. And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, the whole goal, the whole mission is to not wake up our parents, and we can enjoy this LNC. And he's talking about how you put down the bowl, and then you either twirl it, or it hits. It needs the same thing with golf. It needs to hit a point, and it needs to have a reaction to when it hits that point and fall away.
The way that I used to walk up the stairs on Oak Lake Drive, yeah, in Oakville.
Yeah.
I knew every creak on every step, and I knew where to step to be super ninja quiet, so I didn't alert mom so that she would tell me to do something or a chore or a task or something. I would just ninja that shit. I would avoid. Yeah, I would do crazy things like she would come out of the office and you could hear her walking up those 3 steps.
Oh, same with me, dude.
I'd be in the kitchen and I would just go in the closet in the kitchen and like stand behind the door very casually, but just like, I don't want to run into you. I don't want to see you because I know if I do, then you're going to hassle me. So I'm just not going to do
there's
that.
going to be something. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
amazing.
but to get back to the topic of Jimmy's project, you know, the hardest space to do this is in crypto because there are the most degenerate, pathetic, greedy, shitty people in that scene right now. And
always happened that way.
Yeah.
I think so.
Nice. Got the Taco Bell. No, it's like a known thing. That's why I call them degens. Like it's a known thing. The crypto.
Everyone's just gambling around with shit coins, and
you know, I do maintain too. Like my bull theory on crypto has always been.
Johnny, you have to. If
hold on.
If Drew's talking, you got to mute.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No, you got it.
No, but my bull theory on crypto has always been the black market viability. That's. I don't even really know how to articulate it, but that's not going away. That is
same thing with cash, though.
Black market's been around before crypto.
But the ability to transact over the internet with crypto and the ability to do that anonymously, that's crypto's best use case, and it always will be.
Well, you know, they're really cracking down on the anonymous element because it's hard to get crypto now without KYC. Which is know your client. That's what KYC stands for. Like you have to get your client's information before you can sell to them. You can go person to person individually. And of course, there's always going to be resources for that. There are going to be people that will offer that. It's always going to be underground in the same way that the US dollar is passed underground. So I don't think that's a problem.
I think that ability or belief in that ability is what's gotten it maybe to this point. Maybe it has gotten cracked down and it's hard to do that now, but
it certainly was part of Bitcoin's youth. The Silk Road is the most famous example. And that's how I got into Bitcoin is through the Silk Road. So I do understand that, but that was back in the day. Now there's so many more regulations. It's really hard to get Bitcoin or crypto in general anonymously unless you get it from someone else. But then they're kind of, if they got it from KYC source, then it's going to be tracked back. The amazing thing about crypto is everything's on the blockchain. It's all public. You can see when money goes from one wallet to another. And that's been one of the most fascinating things that I've learned in the last couple of weeks studying this, is that everything is in a catalog. And you can look at the catalog and you can see what's in people's wallets. You can literally see what's in people's wallets, everyone's wallets. It doesn't necessarily mean that you know who owns the wallet, but you can see what that wallet's doing.
Right. The transparency is fire.
Right. And you can actually build.
Mark, I'm on StreamYard.
You can build data sets
that
follow certain people who do make good trading choices, who do, you can watch their behavior and you can follow them.
You have that vape pen,
you can learn from them, which I think is really cool. But here's the thing, man. Only like 1%, I'd say even less than that. Less than 1% of the population even knows about that. I'd say about 5 to 10% of the population actually owns crypto right now. Maybe 80% have heard of it, but they don't own it and they don't know what it's about. They don't have any idea what it's about. They just hear it on the news and they hear people talking about it, but it doesn't mean much to them. Mm-hmm. But only 0.1% or less actually know what's going on a very technical level. It's amazing what's happening right now with Solana. So Solana was it has its own chain. So there's the Ethereum blockchain, and then Coinbase has the base blockchain. Solana has its own chain, and Bitcoin has its own chain. But certain technologies are built on top of that. Like Polygon has its own chain, but there's they call layer 2, which is like chains on top of chains. And that's what makes things a lot cheaper, because if you can do things off chain and then save all the information, all that data, and then drop it on the chain in bulk, you can get like a group discount, so to speak. That's why it's so expensive on gas fees on Ethereum chain, because you're essentially working with the big boys. If you're moving $100,000 and the fee is $60, it's not a big deal. But if you want to move $10 over the Ethereum mainnet, it's going to cost you $60 to move $10. So that doesn't make any sense, right? It's completely
right. But that's within time, right? There's the new update that's happening.
There
the
is.
I don't know, that Duncan update or whatever the fuck they call it.
They did drop the update, and the fees have come down. But listen to this.
Yeah.
Now they're down from a week ago, it was $100 gas fee to just send money. It doesn't matter if you sent $1; it was $100 to send
through
$1.
Anything that's supported on Ethereum.
Ethereum mainnet, their main blockchain.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean that's the huge crux, right? But that can be resolved. That's a business problem,
and it is being resolved.
Right.
The layer
I keep
2
seeing
networks.
Twitter posts about like gas fees being refunded. I don't know what that's about.
Well, that's
by who?
That's all. That's kind of a separate thing. But
who would refund it?
But check this out. On the base network, which is Coinbase's layer 2 network, built on the Ethereum chain, to send money on the base network now, if you're sending $1 or $1 million, it is literally like 2 cents now. 2 cents.
Nice.
To make a transaction, which is game changing.
Right.
And it's not just the base network. That's Coinbase. So of course it's going to be popular because Coinbase is popular. But Polygon is on their chains, and Solana, coming back to what I was talking about, Solana is super cheap to transfer. Super cheap to transfer, and they also use their own kind of system and their own swap network, which is I'm forgetting the name now. Not really consequential to the conversation, but it's really cheap to swap Solana.
I do remember Solana though was very, very hot back in 2021.
Well, it's mega hot. It's mega hot right now. I mean, it's the best performing.
It's probably not at all-time highs. It was over $200 a coin back in 2021.
Yeah. No, it's at all-time high as of 2-3 days ago. It's dropped a lot now because it was on such a tear. It needs to correct a little bit, but the Solana network is the shit coin.
Oh, it's ripping. It's ripping ass.
Solana is the shit coin network because it's easy to use.
All the technology is built on it, right?
The Android, the iPhone, Phantom Wallet is the popular wallet to use for Solana network, and the exchange fees are nothing. They're piddly.
I mean, would you say that Solana is kind of like the API to all these shit coins for like processing?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Most of them, it's like a Visa. They're acting as a Visa, or not even that. I'd say more of a PayPal. They're acting as a transactory third-party agent, but they're built upon the technology of Solana.
But they have their own network, so they don't interact with Ethereum. They have their own chain, their own blockchain.
Yeah. No, I know Ethereum is not a part of it. Yeah,
but you have to buy Solana to buy the shit coins.
Yeah.
So and all the shit coins are going to the moon right now. You mean
it's not a precursor? It's just involved with if I bought Pepe coin, I'm inherently buying Solana with
I believe Pepe's on the Ethereum network.
Whatever. I'm just using an example. I'm not buying Solana as a pure stock, so to speak, but I'm buying something that's built upon Solana. So intrinsically, that I'm buying Solana when I'm buying a shitcoin that's built upon Solana.
Well, I mean, like the dollar.
Break this down in layman's terms.
So when you buy Solana, you're buying dollar bills. Or you're buying, I guess you could say, Mickey money or Great America, when they would give us
Great America money
voucher of $100. Okay, you trade your USD for Solana, but then when you get Solana, then you're in the amusement park. and you can trade these tickets,
Right.
these dollar bills,
Right.
for any ride you want to go on. And a lot of these
Sure.
rides go like this. Whoop, boo. So it's a roller coaster, and you buy a ticket for the ride. And I think Jimmy's riffing on that a lot artistically, because he's making fun of all these insane ups and downs. And, you know, he's got this acronym HOE, H-O-E, hold on eternally. He's just encouraging people,
like
invest in something you believe in, and don't worry about all these ups and downs, because that's what's going to drive you crazy and make you lose money. Like, just invest in things you believe in and that you love and that you see a future in, and then just don't let it go. Just throw it in there, and don't worry about if you're going to be rich, if you're not going to be rich. If you believe in it, sure, throw him some money. And I mean, that's the reason why I've invested in this project, because even if I don't get anything back, it doesn't really matter to me that much. Like, I wouldn't be mad, and I haven't spent any more than I'm willing to donate to him and his project, because of the way that he's added value to my life in terms of his music, art, and inspiration and things like that. And I would do the same with, Carl Blau. I pay a subscription to Carl Blau every year to have full access to his catalog, because I want to support him, because I like him, and he's influenced me a lot. He's part of me. And all these people, if you believe in them and their art and how they've influenced you, then why would you not throw some money that way? Well, but there's also this idea of, it's a very biblical and Christ-like idea, is that what you give away comes back to you. So you let it go. It's harder for the rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. It's the sense that, like, it's the letting go. Nothing lasts forever. Death is an attachment disorder. Like, just don't be attached to things. Just let them go. And usually when you do, that's when, well, one final point was that I think you and I both learned this when we first started trading, and Drew, you probably know this too, and learned it the hard way like we did. When you get into the stock market, you start to get desensitized to money. When I grew up, I thought money was something I had to hoard, something I had to keep, something that was mine. I had to keep it all to myself and build my little, gold pile. But really, it's something that needs to move. It's something that needs to be fluid. It's something you need to spend money and make money, spend money and make money to keep it moving, because that's what keeps economy moving. That's what keeps dreams growing. That's what productivity is. You don't want to sit on a big, fat sack of cash, because that's not life. That's death.
Well,
life is about movement.
There's a very good parable about this in the Bible.
Of the talents?
Yeah, about
the parable of the talents.
3 different sons.
Yeah.
How they, what they did with their money that was given to them. It is crazy. It's, again, this kind of paradox, and like it took a long time for me to really understand it. But, it's like the guy that put the money in the ground and dug it back up, and it was the same value that it was when he dug it up. He thought he was like, well, I need to reread the.
It's because he was afraid of losing it.
Yeah, he was afraid of losing it. But I think the scripture even says that he was like proud of it, in which, he
thought it was the right thing to do.
Right. It's like, I'm going to retain your value. Your value is going to be the same. And the father did not look pleasantly upon that. Obviously,
it was the master. Yeah, the servants.
Father, master, same thing. Yeah. But I believe the parable is about the one that actually played in the game and lost. Does anyone know the parable?
It'd be good to go back and review it to be exact.
Because I don't want to go down the road of.
He was the master was very disappointed in the servant who just buried it.
That's what I remember from the parable. It was the one guy that buried it, and then 2 years later he dug it up. He was like, "Here, master, like I didn't lose anything." The master's like, "Fuck you," and the guy that spent it all and lost it all. It's kind of the prodigal son, I think, is what the story was. Is like the guy that not squandered in this terms, but invested and took a risk. I think he was honored. Fuck. And different podcast. But
Yeah, no,
maybe someone in the chat can chime in there if
definitely-
someone knows it.
I'll definitely review that.
No, because that's a very that's a very good parable on investing as far as I can recall. It's a very wise parable on investing.
The amount of money that I've had in my life, it's sometimes been more, sometimes it's less, but I've kind of lived my life the same way,
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Like it doesn't really change life. And I've had these thought experiments of, what if one day I just suddenly, through some fluke, through some weird trade, I had, a couple $1 million. What would I even do with it?
It ain't gonna change nothing, man.
I guess I would maybe upgrade some gear. And
of course, you're gonna buy some lights, you're gonna buy some nice cameras, but
I know, but that's only gonna be like a couple thousand, and then
I know.
I gotta try to maybe build a business. And
the bottom line is it ain't gonna.
Or not.
Yeah, the bottom line is the wisdom of understanding that it ain't gonna change shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna change. Yeah, I mean,
it's not gonna change nothing. I mean,
it's not like life is.
My bank account's gone. It's gone way up in the last couple of months because I negotiated, good pay with my work. And what have I done? I bought a new iPhone. I bought a new light system. I got a little pep in my step because I have a higher value in society. That's ego, but I mean, it's whatever. It's what I'm just like. Okay, how can I make 5x what I'm making now per week? How can I make 10,000?
It's a great segue into the Elon Musk clip that I saw today with Don Lemon.
I watched that interview.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the clip. Dude, all of a sudden, Elon Musk in front of everyone on public airwaves is saying how he's doing ketamine.
Yeah, he should have just derailed that conversation. Derailed.
Like, people gave him shit.
Fuck? What is that?
Someone shaving their head or something?
I'm doing a little trim of my.
Oh,
do you have a microphone on?
I think so.
Wait, turn yours off because your phone is over here. That's what's been.
I got my earbuds.
Oh, okay. Well, take your phone with you at least.
Well,
give us the content of you shaving your fucking ears or whatever you're doing.
I'm almost done.
Anyways, I thought it was interesting that Elon was given so much shit for smoking that joint at the Joe Rogan show. Yeah. And now he's mentioning to Don Lemon that he's doing ketamine. And I was like,
Lamont's a total faggot.
Awesome.
No, I know, but this isn't about him. I just thought it was interesting that Elon Musk is the wealthiest,
most powerful man in the world,
successful, guy. Yeah. And
Don Lemon is fucking retarded. His handlers are retarded. His management is totally retarded. Did you see his demands?
No, I mean, this is nothing new. We know about Don.
Did you see his demands though for his contract with X? Yeah, it's like, dude, who the fuck do you think you are? Anyway,
I just thought it was interesting that Elon Musk. Everyone knows who he is. He has all the money he could ever need, and beyond that, he's trying to go to Mars, and he's trying to run from his depression. So he's doing ketamine.
Right.
And I was like,
right.
If that doesn't straighten it out for you, like, you're not paying attention.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Wild. I mean,
money solves money problems. That's it. It doesn't solve spiritual problems. It doesn't solve psychological problems. It doesn't solve relationship problems. It doesn't solve business problems. It only solves financial problems. Period. That's all it is. It doesn't solve your mood, your emotions, your.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't solve any of that because it's not in that category. It solves financial problems. That's it.
Right. And it can those categories bleed a little bit. You want some clean clothes. Okay. You want some food. Okay. You want, what is it? Maslow's hierarchy. You need some shelter.
If you're absolutely destitute, then yes, it becomes more of a problem. But That,
Well, I mean,
that's one
even
facet of
even
life that needs to be solved. You need to solve your financial problems.
I mean,
You need to solve your relationship
of
problems. You need to
course,
solve your
of course,
psychological problems. You need to solve your business problems.
yeah,
You need to solve your spiritual problems. They're just different categories.
yeah.
But people
They
think that
all
money
affect.
solves all these things, and it doesn't.
Yeah, and everything affects each other too. This is not like a compartmental situation in life. Like all these sections that you just mentioned are back to back to each other, and they affect each other. They rub off on each other because
Yeah, there's crossover for sure.
that's how our minds work, and we're
It's a spectrum.
experiencing life.
Just like Elon's on the spectrum.
I don't know if we're. I don't know about the whole spectrum. It's kind of a liberal word. Like, what? I mean, what
I
if?
only say that to say, like, he's got some disorders going on mentally too, where
No, spectrum
but
just means an array. I mean, it's not a.
a dynamic.
That's all.
Yeah, I understand it's a dynamic.
This is a range. Yeah, that's all. I mean it purely in the dictionary sense, not the.
they'd be making.
No,
way
I
it's
didn't.
been
I didn't.
used by other people.
I wasn't thinking that you guys were using it that way. I'm thinking. I guess I'm thinking, what if there isn't a range?
I mean, if I were Elon, I'd
It's a
cash
human
out.
experience. Cash out. What are we cashing out on? Let me know.
I mean, okay, just even the terms that we're referencing, right? We refer to 0 to 100 as a range, right? We refer to light 0 to 100. We refer to experience, you can say happy to sad 0 to 100. Everything's like in a spectrum as what the terminology was used, but like, is there, I guess I'm presenting that, is there another way of thinking about these things beyond kind of a 0 to 100, A to B, and everything in between is A and B-ish, because it seems like most of life's terms are determined on, again, this scale of 0 to 1, and you have a dynamic, there's a volume. It's either 0 or it's 100, and everything in between. There's middle, and there's quiet, and there's mid-quiet, mid-low. Is there a different way of measuring this? Like, have we just been kind of constructed to work in this way, like this idea of 0 to 100, or is there like 0 to negative 40, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, is there a different way of thinking about dynamics? Is what I'm presenting.
Well, I mean, you're kidding. You're on a very surface level trying to dig into like philosophy. Like, I mean, even the concept of 0 is a concept.
You're right.
It's impossible to imagine because 0 doesn't exist in reality. I mean, it's the same thing as infinity.
Okay, so don't say 0, but say a datum. Say like a point. There's a point in whatever. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, is everything a scale, or is there?
Yeah, you're kind of questioning how everything's relative to each other, but.
Well, it's like, how did we come up with these systems? Who created these systems? Or is there more to that than that? Have we just been told? Okay, well, 0 to 100. We understand light. It's nothing, or it's everything, and everything in between. Is there more to it?
The answer is yes and no.
Just trying to articulate our lived experiences.
If you've never done LSD, these are these questions that kind of opens up, where you kind of realize that my 0 to 100 is very limited, and there's a lot I don't know, and I'm being exposed to that right now. There's far beyond -0, and there's far beyond 100 in the other direction. But that's
But you're only going to see that in certain circumstances.
Exactly. And one of the lessons I learned when I was on acid one time was that we have our limits. We're like fish in the sea. And if you stick your head out of the water and you start to look around, God puts his finger and he pushes you back down because it's not meant for us. Like we're not really supposed to operate on those levels. He's got a program for us. He's got a way for us to live, and he's set these things in motion with certain laws that are natural, and you follow them accordingly, and you're playing your role. You're playing your role. You're not trying to be God. You're not trying to be anything more. You're just playing your role. And I think it's good to explore beyond that so that you know who you are as a human, so that you know who you are as a person and what your responsibilities and your purpose and your use is in life. Because I've been there a couple times when I stuck my head out of the water, and the lesson every time was like, look, we know you're curious and we know you want to see these things, but this is our job and this is your job. So just walk back out that door and don't ask too many questions, because you'll understand one day, but right now you're playing this role. So go back and play that role, because that's what you're here to do.
Yo, grab your phone, bro. Yeah, that's interesting. The whole visual of you poking your head up out the water and having a thumb kind of push you down.
Yeah,
I understand.
I had that
when you're
with Matt Swain when I was playing chess with him, and we smoked a bowl, and I've never had like a psychedelic trip like that from smoking weed, but with him, he's a very intelligent person, one of the smartest people I've interacted with, and conversation just really
well, where is he now? Invite him to the
place.
stream.
Yeah, I don't know. He's in Austin somewhere. But there was another time where it was like very visual. Like I went to another place. Like I pulled the curtain up and I walked behind the scenes, and I went into this room. It was like an engine room, and there were a bunch of elves in there, like working.
Oh, you were tripping.
Maintaining things. And
what? The elves? You were tripping?
When I walked in there, I was like, what the hell's going on in here? Where am I? What is this? And they looked at me and they're just like, they're very kind. They're just like, hey, it's
all good, bro.
You know, you walked in the wrong room. You're a little lost, but don't worry about this. Just go back to where you were, and we'll take care of this. You take care of that. We'll take care of this. And they were kind of like doing the mechanics, the machinery. And they said like, yeah, I got this impression that, what the heck? You're pulling the levers here. Like you're operating my experience, but I'm living the experience, and that's my job.
So
is to live
simulation theory. You believe that other people or we're totally, there's no free will. I've given up on free will. I think everything's already predestined for me, but you've actually have a physical experience where you've seen the levers being pulled on your quote unquote free will.
I don't know if they were necessarily controlling me, but more of the world around me and my experience. And then I would conclude on my own what these things meant. And maybe I think that's maybe the middle ground, is that you don't have free will necessarily, because we are subject to so many influences, and it's all a lot
biases.
Unconscious biases. And it's all really, the influence is so severe that you don't even notice it anymore, because it's just 24/7 all the time. So you become so familiar with it that you identify with it. And I think that's what happens when people get older, is they become so identified with the influences that they don't even have original thought anymore. And they just become part of the machinery to keep society going. But then you have the artists and the people who kind of understand that in a different way, and they're always trying to reinvent and create and do things. And I think maybe there is some semblance of free will. Maybe it's not all or none. Maybe there's some in between where you can push things in a certain direction, but it takes. And again, going full circle, I think this is kind of what Jimmy's doing. I think he is that kind of person. I think he is that kind of person who pushes his vision on other people. Not pushes, but people will take
Are
it
you talking
on
about Mr. Beast? Who's Jimmy?
because they're inspired by it. No, I'm talking about Jimmy Edgar, who I guess if you missed that earlier, it'd be a lot to explain. But he's a producer, techno musician, but
Great
so
musician.
much more than that. A visual
Great
artist and a
Out
lot
of this world.
insight, and yeah, he's kind of alien type of guy. But now he's into crypto and doing all this stuff, which is totally unexpected. So it's a very fresh perspective on the crypto thing, because all these crypto bros are just cringe.
Well, they come out of the woodwork.
It's all
in
about
a bull
money.
run.
It's all about greed. It's all about power and all these things. And then you have an artist come in and he's like, I ain't about the greed. I ain't about the power. I'm about seeing how this all works and what it does to a culture and just observing it and trying to create, like he'll create artwork and then you mint the artwork, which is essentially you're buying it on the blockchain, but then he expects you to send it to poolvoid.eth, which is essentially the trash can. It's the death. So it's this kind of life death cycle that's accelerating as more and more people get involved and they start throwing things away and then building them and then throwing them away and building them and throwing away over and over and over again. And it starts to generate a certain energy, a certain life force that takes on its own
Wait, so
agenda.
you're putting the trash back into the fund though? You're like, I mean, what do you mean by trash? You're selling it or what?
No, you throw it into the liquidity pool, which is essentially like the
So it's like a
heaven
mini
or-
communism.
when you go back to one, it goes back to one account,
But
which
why?
is a liquidity pool.
But if I own 1,000 of whatever, why would I throw it back in a liquidity pool? You're selling it.
Because you're building the liquidity pool and you're building,
So you're working as a mini.
you're generating interest.
Well, you're trying to establish a fund.
No, this is great. I love this conversation because this is really the crux of it. Is it's not about the money and it's not about the liquidity pool. It's about creativity and it's
Well,
about
it's all
life. And
yeah,
life is what
I-
happens in between all that.
No, and I understand it's not about money, but
That's what
it's
the
all
story
symbolic because
Well,
money is
liquidity pool
symbolic.
by definition
for-
about money. You know,
Yeah,
so,
that's why
right?
I'm kind of understanding. Like, if I made something, if whatever, I bought some Jimmy Edgar artwork, he expects me to trash it and then just throw it back in the communism pool. Like, what's going on here?
Well, you can call it communism pool, but we all function on a communal banking system, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, because if we didn't have banks, we wouldn't
Yeah,
be able
but
to
when it's
afford
this-
houses. We wouldn't be able to
Well-
afford cars, the things that we want, because we
Are you
can't get
referring to like
loans.
fractional reserve?
Well, when it's small,
Well, that's a detail. Fractional reserve is a detail, but
when
not,
it's
not
small,
necessarily part of this analogy.
it's more personal when it's small, which raises a whole
When you
new
say
topic.
communal, though, you're just referring to the fact that like we all have to believe in banks. We all have to trust that our money will be there when we go to withdraw it.
No, well, yes, but I mean, literally, we all keep our money in banks, right? Because we don't want to keep it underneath our mattress because you can put it to work. You can put it in a savings account and get a return on it. But the reason you get a return on it is because the bank is using your money to fund loans and projects that other people
Right.
Because of
come to the
fractional
bank
reserve
for.
banking. Because
Well, fractional reserve, yeah. Fractional reserve is kind of I mean, even if you don't have that, it's still, the banking system's the same. Fractional reserve adds kind of a complication
it's
to it.
what allows banks to be a viable business model, but it's also the reason why there've been bank runs and why there've been,
Well, I think you can have a functional bank without fractional reserve, but fractional
How are
reserve
they going
is
to earn
like
money?
is like on margin. It's like bank on margin.
How can you have a viable business model for a bank without fractional reserve banking?
Because people put their
How
money in
would
the
the
bank.
bank make money?
Okay, say you got 100 people. You put 100 people's money in the bank just to keep the scale small so we can, for the
How do
analogy.
you pay your overhead then?
Well, everyone puts their money in the bank, right? And then someone takes money out of the bank on a loan and they build, for example, a rec center. And then people come to the rec center and they pay money to come in, $5 a day, whatever it is, memberships. And then eventually the rec center gets paid off. The bank is charging interest on that loan.
Right,
So
but
the
that
bank gets more
loan,
money.
they're taking the money that's been deposited. So, if they're not able to do that because there's no fractional reserve banking, then you wouldn't be able to make a loan.
You would be able to make a loan. Say 100 people put $1,000 in each. That's $100,000.
That-
You build.
That's where
Are they putting that into the bank or are they putting that into the investment for the rec center?
both. When you put money in a bank, you're putting it into loans. Like they're giving other people your money.
Right. That's how banking exists, is because
Right.
the
That's what it's
fractional
for.
reserve.
Well, fractional reserve is not the way banking always was.
Fractional reserve, though, is what allows a bank to do that, to loan your money out.
Not necessarily, because take fractional reserve out of it, right? You got 100 people. Everyone puts $1,000 in. You got $100,000, okay, and then you build a community center and you charge membership of $50 a month, for example. Eventually, that community center pays itself off, and when it pays itself off, it also pays the interest on the loan that it took from the bank. That interest on the loan goes to
Right. That's how a bank makes money. It's the interest on a loan.
Exactly. But that you don't have to be a fractional reserve to do that. Fractional
You do.
reserve is just on steroids.
I mean, fractional reserve, you can. It doesn't mean it has to be like what it currently is. Like 10% is all a bank is required to hold in actual like assets.
Right.
But it could be less than that. But still, you're by definition with a bank, you're going to have to take money from your deposits to fund loans, which is fractional reserve.
Well, not inherently. If you don't have fractional reserve, then you can still take money out of a little bit out of everyone's account to fund projects.
That's
loans.
fractional reserve. It might be a small fraction.
that's got to be illegal, though.
No, but it's not. Fractional reserve is not required. Fractional reserve is just like leverage. It's on steroids. Turbo loaning.
P.
But you don't. It's not essential to run a bank.
I'm still listening. I love it.
I mean, you can call it what you want to call it, but you have to, by definition, like it is required for a bank to be able to loan the money that's been deposited to them by other people.
No, it's not. It's only a problem if the people come all at once to the bank and want to pull all their money out. Then it's a problem. Especially if you're a fractional reserve, then it's a major problem.
Correct. But in my mind, like if you have a bank without fractional reserve, then in theory, you would be able to allow every single person that's deposited money in that bank that doesn't use fractional reserve to come in and withdraw it all at one time.
No, well, not if the money's tied up in a loan for a building project, a construction project for the community.
Right, which is why banks have to use fractional reserve banking, because they're taking money that's been deposited into that bank to loan it out to other, entities, to other
Right,
businesses.
But I mean, have you seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life, the Christmas movie? So that bank's not using fractional reserve. If you remember the film, the problem is everyone comes at the same time and tries to pull their money out. They're like, well, we can't because we're funding all these building projects.
That's the definition of fractional reserve, though, in my mind.
How? I don't understand what you mean by that.
Because what fractional reserve means is that the bank can take their deposits and issue loans, buy other types of securities and do other things to make money with those deposits, because there should never, in theory, be times when everyone is going to want to withdraw at the same time. So that shouldn't really, in theory, happen. But without them being able to take a certain
I see what you're
percentage of
saying.
deposits and make muddy moves with those deposits. That's how they're a viable business entity. That's their business plan, basically, is kind of what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do see what you're saying.
Maybe it's semantics.
I don't think I thought that all the way through, but I do see what you're saying now. Like you have to have fractional reserve to function as a bank, because if everyone came at once, you would never be able to pay them all out.
Never.
But at the same time, what's the point of a bank if you don't do that?
There's no point.
Right. I mean, well, I guess the point would be security. Like it's a safe vault for your money.
Right. It's better than having it under your mattress.
Right. But we can do better than that. But it does require fractional reserve. Okay, I see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
there's give and
Yeah,
take,
yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Thank you for explaining that because I do get it now. I wasn't thinking all the way about that.
For sure.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Isn't Pac like a double economics major or some shit?
Finance and econ.
Oh,
Yeah.
finance
Yeah.
and
Well,
economics.
no wonder. Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
missed
so
that
many-
whole conversation, but and I'm sure it was good chat to.
Well, very
Because we're coming
simply,
from different
very
angles.
simply,
Yeah.
Drew is proving the point that if you do fund projects with the people's money, the community money, and then everyone, all the community came to get their money at the same time,
Right.
a bank would never be able to fulfill
Like
all
that
that.
Christmas movie. What's that shit? Miracle
It's a
on
Wonderful
34th
Life.
Street?
That's what
It's a Wonderful Life,
was
yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Oh,
They would
shit.
never be able
Okay.
to
Sorry.
do so
Had to pee.
because that's what fractional lending is. Or
Right.
fractional reserve lending, that's what it is.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
It's not-
yeah, you're totally
yeah.
right, Drew. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like that is
Yeah.
the business model.
So what's the other?
For
What
sure.
I mean,
I appreciate that, Chris.
what are these bigger institutions based on? They're leveraging obviously subsidiaries, and it's just like a tree with all these roots that go down. And they can borrow money from wherever the fuck they want because it's a endless root structure, right? Like,
Mhm.
so I guess
That money's like-
volume is protection, though, right? For as like a personal.
Are you talking about
You
like
know,
ultra high net worth individuals and how they're like shielding their assets by using?
No, I was thinking as a consumer, if I have an account with US Bank and like they'll never have a problem with me, right? Because I'm not a super high net, but they'll always have resources. But when there's a problem, they always take forever. Anyways, I'm gonna remove my disgruntled with them, but I understand why they take forever because they want to use that money to the last day that they said they would. You know, it's the original thing is like, okay, Jimmy's got this pool of what, $2 million or what is it at? It's like
Yeah,
the
couple million. Yeah.
The foundation of that
The
is
bank's
based
got a couple
on
million,
how
yeah.
many people? How many people is that based on?
In terms of who's contributed to it,
Yeah, well, who owns that pool? Someone
he
owns
does.
it.
He does. He's the bank.
But they're shareholders in his bank.
Right. But a lot of people have just
the shareholders own him.
No,
This is
but
the
share-
interesting differentiation between who owns
difference-
the company.
The difference is
Do the shareholders own the company if they own all of it, or does the person that's controlling it own it? Because in
No,
the instance that you're talking about, Jimmy owns nothing and the shareholders own everything.
no,
And they can
he owns
determine-
everything. He owns everything. If he woke up tomorrow morning and wanted to take $7 million out of the
just
account
liquid.
and just leave and walk away, he could.
That's scary because I mean, so many
Yeah.
crypto.
No, it's
there-
happened.
so
It's
many
happened.
exit-
It's
what do
happened
they
many
call it?
times.
Yeah, exit.
Yeah.
How is that not illegal?
Because it's the Wild West, man. It's cool. I like the risk. I like the fun.
How is
I like
that
the
not
game of
illegal?
it and the trust issues. Yeah, well, I mean, you could try to take him to court, but here's the thing. I've followed
up.
Jimmy for a long time. This is the
It
only
just-
reason. This is the only reason I like send him money for nothing. Is because I trust his vision.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I know who he is as a. I don't know.
You've
who
been
he
following
is
him a
as
long time.
person. I've been following him for a long time. I know what he reads. I know what he writes. I know who he is as a person to some degree, as much as someone who's removed can, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see the art that he makes, and I see like his mind.
I feel
and
like
his
the probability
mentality.
pulling a scheme like that are low.
Well, I'm just saying that I know
very
that
low. Very low.
He bases all his artwork and all his creativity on certain principles, and those principles have to do a lot with, I'm going to use a cheap word. It's not the way that it's very cheap, but karma in a sense. Like I know
Right.
that he honors truth, honesty, fairness, and he's not greedy, and he believes in abundance, and he's not a scarcity person.
He's a leader of a new community, this
I
could be
know
a
that he
digital
has a
community.
vision, and he has
Yeah,
a
and
vision that I agree
yeah, and
with and I align with.
I understand that visions and movements require money. Yeah, I'm not doubting
Energy.
anything of it. I'm just
Right.
kind of and money is energy. Yeah, currency is energy.
No,
Yada yada.
look. I can
I don't.
understand how any reasonable person would have questions, a lot of questions and doubts, and just like, huh?
Yeah, it's not.
I
It's
totally
not
What
just.
kind
get
of
it.
time period have
It's
you
not
like
just Jimmy though.
had
It's
following
this
this
is
guy to believe?
people have done this
you know,
many
the
times.
vision
Oh,
Oh
I don't. Maybe.
years.
no, I don't doubt his fund with. I mean, it'd be
15
wild
15 years?
Anyone can.
because
oh, okay.
he's been like an underground
sure.
artist for so long and garnered a good network of people. You
He
know,
has a
that,
reputation that he has to
bro,
protect. I
his
mean,
music's
would he
incredible.
Double-digit years.
Incredible
would
music.
he fuck up his whole career and reputation for ripping a bunch of
No.
people off?
No,
No,
he would
like-
no.
Okay.
There's just not a
But
chance.
also, yeah, it's just it doesn't make any sense that he would do such a thing. And even if he did, I would just be like, wow.
I'm not staking
bad.
100% in it, but I'd stake like 95%, literally. Like
No.
just
I'm not,
knowing his character
right.
persona.
I'm not throwing my life savings in there. But the weird thing is there are people who are kind of in this movement who are like that.
Oh, dude, it's
like,
crazy you're here, bro.
Oh, I know, right?
like they're some of these people are fucking crazy, man. They're just like, I would be dead right now if it wasn't for Jimmy and Paulie and this. I mean, it is people. Here's the thing about cults. What cults are what people.
They're becoming leaders, bro.
The leaders don't make the cults. The members do.
Oh, I like
The
that.
leaders don't make
Yeah,
cults. They never go out thinking, I'm going to be a cult leader. No, dude. It's the other people who worship them. It's their problem. It's not the
They
leader's
create
problem. It's the same with Jesse. Like he doesn't want to be that, but other people make him that. And it's the same with Jesus.
Right.
When they asked Jesus, like, are you God? The Pharisees,
they wanted
to pin him down. He said, you say that I am.
That's what they say I am.
This is not me, my problem. This is you. You said that.
Isn't
you
that
think
crazy?
this. That's why you're asking me.
But their brains couldn't comprehend that. Like, and we're dealing with a lot of that stuff today. Like, people can't understand language. Like, when Christ said, I am who you say I am, that doesn't mean that I'm like, what? Like, he's literally saying, he's like, are you the son of God? Are you declaring, yada, yada. He's like, well,
I am.
Apparently, it's kind of like,
exist.
in parentheses, apparently, by the cultural's definition, I am who you say I am. And it's like,
right.
Brilliant. Like, I mean, it's the most brilliant response because it's true.
Yeah.
And apparently people had a problem with it.
I am what you make me. I mean, yeah, we
kind of all that, like we're all what you say I am.
Absolutely, Drew. You nailed it, man.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. But we see this with Andrew Tate. Like, people are making him into this thing that he never planned. He's not some evil genius who made like this whole, like, I'm going to make millions of people follow me and do this. No, he's just he's just doing his thing and he sees what happens. Trump is the same way. Trump is doing his thing and people have made him into this and that. And Socrates, it was the same thing with Socrates.
All the good guys.
He was just talking and sharing information and philosophizing with his crew. And all these people started kind of worshiping him. And then because of that, the politicians like, oh, this guy's too powerful. We need to take him down because he's too influential on young men. And young men are the future of what the world's going to be in the next generation. And we can't have that because we need to control that. It's the same with Tate. It's the same with Trump. It's the same with Jesus. It's all the same thing, man. It's all the same thing. These are just like really strong men who have a certain type of spirit that's very influential, and you can't control other people. How do you tell other people, don't treat me this way? Don't. And the more you tell them not to, the more they do. because they think
Yeah.
like, oh my God, he's such a guru that he doesn't want us to worship him. And like, we're going to now because he doesn't want us to. Like people are crazy. I
No,
gotta pass beer back.
I truly believe
last
that
thought.
it's. Oh, I just truly believe it's true light of God being shown, and whether it's Andrew Tate or Donald Trump or Jesse Lee Peterson, like these people are just so
The Holy
charismatic and
Trinity.
influential. They have electricity to them, and whether it's all men are fallible, and it's like the crazy these people hold these things against them. When you take all that stuff away, I'll speak about my father, Christian dad. Like you take all the other stuff away, it's like he was a godly man, and he was a very charismatic and very loved man by a lot of people, and everyone saw the light within him. And people, you can't deny the light within people. You just can't. I've met a few people. And people hate light. People hate the light, and they don't. I think it's a subconscious thing.
Don't like being exposed.
I think it's a very subconscious thing for people to hate the light. They're like, I don't like that person for They'll come up with all these million of reasons. It's like, well, what if this person was just a decent, maybe shining some sort of light? I mean, is that what's going on? I don't know. As I get older, I'm just starting to see more things. Like there's this lady in spin class, this Jewish lady teacher. This lady was such a bitch. She was critiquing everyone's before the class. She's like critiquing everyone, like, oh, you need to do this, like you need to do this, like you're not clipped in right, you need adjusting everyone's shit, just being a kind of a bitch about it, just being dominatory and just kind of controlling. She came back to me, she turned around. Like she like didn't even come to me. She turned around because I was like, "Yeah, bitch! Like you are not going to tell me anything." And it was just I don't know. I didn't say anything.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to say anything.
They can just feel it.
They can just be like, and I'm wondering is that kind of the effect of what's going on? Because I was not in there to hear anything from anyone. I'm not a half cup. I'm not a cup full. I'm a cup empty, and I'm ready to fill up, but I also can detect bullshit like and I don't know if it's body language or what, but it was interesting because I was like, this bitch is gonna come up to me and try to critique. She just fucking turned, like I was the last person. She fucking turned around. I was like, yeah bitch, because you got no critique here, and if anything you need maybe to hear something about the way you're behaving. It's just weird how darkness and light, and we're talking about again 0 to 100 type shit. Like, there's more to the 0 to 100 scale. I know there is, and I don't know what that is or how that is explained or like kind of interpreted or even talked about. But there's more than the 0. And I understand X, Y, Z. There's depth, 3-dimensional spaces and everything, but I think there's something more to it.
There absolutely is more. And I mean, a good metaphor for that or analogy is the visual spectrum or the audio spectrum, what we can hear, what we can see. It's limited. It is very limited.
It's kind of like synesthesia, how some people see numbers as colors. Yeah,
that's an interesting phenomenon where there's crossover there. But yeah, I mean, we can only see a very limited spectrum, but that's our whole life. What we see is what we assume is our whole life. We don't even think about things we can't see, and the things we can't hear. We don't even think about them. We don't even consider them because we don't experience them. So why we can only theoretically experience them. But I think with the human mind and the spiritual realm, like there is something special about humans that separates us from animals that does give us more dimensional access. But I think it's almost learned. Like you have to understand what 3D is before you can go to 4D and 5D. And
learned or guided, or like I feel like it's more of a submission.
I think it can be learned through nature. I don't think.
For me, it's more of like a submission to guidance. Like,
guys, this is probably never gonna be a perfect moment, but
that's part of it.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I gotta piss.
We're all
say goodnight to these guys.
Christian.
Good
Great-
night.
great
Good night,
talk.
guys.
Yeah, look,
Good talk.
yeah. Let's wrap it up. I'm gonna
Well,
crash.
I just
too
got to
here.
piss. I'll be right back. Hold on. Give me like
Okay, yeah,
a
yeah,
minute,
well,
and then I'll say
yeah.
goodbye.
Of course, of
Later.
course. Yeah, bro, you got everything you need in there.
I'm dude.
That black light's on a switch. That light's on a switch.
Oh god.
I'm gonna kick it down 1 degree, but everything should be chill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, word.
Alexa. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri.
Oh.
Hey, Siri. Set alarm for
Siri. Siri. Bro, Siri. Siri.
You guys should keep going. And fall asleep.
Huh? Oh my gosh. This is gay as fuck, dude. Podcast? No, Seaman's just pissing. He's gonna come back. Oh my gosh, this light is too bright. I'm just trying to get it on my sculpture for a little background. Okay, that's better. That's better. Oh no, it's still just fucking so hot.
Love you guys. Good night.
Yeah, man. Have a good night. We'll chat tomorrow, bro.
Love you too, man.
I'm gonna sleep like a rock.
What time do you got to work though?
I set my alarm for 7:40.
Oh, you gotta be in the office at 8.
Whatever.
You ain't gotta log in or nothing.
I'm gonna log in.
God damn, you got some liberal.
Yeah, it's
That's good.
my own business.
I like that. All right, let's go. That means they trust you as a worker.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that light in the background's still too hot. Whatever, I'll just shut it off. Actually, I had it at like 2%. It's pretty cool. I had it at like 2% just on some of my artwork. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
that Octabox that you ordered will solve that problem. With the grid, the much more control. It's all about the grid,
Well,
man.
Yeah, I'm using it right now. I'm directed right on my face.
You have a grid?
Yeah,
Oh, but that's how big is the panel?
it's
Big
a
one,
small
right?
grid. That's what I'm saying. It's small. That's why I don't. I'll turn it up here. Hold on.
But how big is the surface area on the? Oh wait, Mark actually sent me a photo. Hold
What
on.
an 18 inch. It says 24 inch. 24 inch. Here, let me turn it up here.
Oh yeah, that'll still be.
Whoo. No, but I
mean,
have
you're pretty on axis right now. The light's pretty close to the camera.
it's about halfway. The camera's about
it's
halfway.
pretty close. So you're not getting any like, shadows on your face or anything. Whereas you can see mine like has the nose.
Yeah, the
shadow here.
Truescar. Yeah. No, I just wanted some nice fill, some little control from the iPhone here.
I know it's
I
great.
love being able to control it from my iPhone. I'm like, okay, looks good. Yep.
I know. Yeah, the lights.
So
I'm
much
looking
better.
at,
I'm
they
just
have
like, God damn.
They have battery powered and full mesh Bluetooth control. You can control them all together, turn them all down and up at once.
Nice. Yeah.
USB-C powered, and they have battery if you want to go on
Mhm.
location. So
Yeah, some of these guys like Nick Stream, I'm like, God damn, like, let me send you a fucking Aperture 60XS with a grid, bro. Like,
I know they're not
just,
thinking in those terms.
I'm just looking for forgiveness. You know, it's like, because I've seen even like old people look on Fox News, they look really good. Like, their skin is just nice. And, you know, and I think the web is pretty good for forgiveness. I love the giant. If I would like to get the giant, like a 3-foot, the one that I had, but a web for it, because that thing was crazy. I was just like sitting under, because I had it right on my ceiling. I was just sitting underneath it. It's incredible light.
I don't know
Like
if you want
I'm
one
just like,
that's too big though, because then it gets super
Well, the
flat.
background.
There's no shadows or anything. You don't get any
Oh, word.
definition or
Yeah,
dimension.
well, I mean, I'm happy with the one I have.
Where's the blue
know,
light coming from?
Probably my little thing on the wall.
Oh, okay. That might be. I noticed there's a blue light that's kind of interfering with the skin tones, but again, I'm getting really detailed here. I like the
Well, I
green
think that's
light.
I think. Well, it's
the green light
is
that's
based
on
on
the-
time.
Oh, the color changing. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just like fine with having.
I noticed the light that Mark has, which I'm pretty sure is the same exact internals as the one you have.
Yeah, I think they're very similar.
The skin tones and the definition of like every pore and everything like that is like really impressive.
I'm super impressed
nice
for
sheen.
For $120 or whatever it was. I'm just like, damn.
I know.
This is crazy. Because I would have expected to spend like $2,000 on this kind of type of thing.
Back in the day,
you know.
Yeah. Buy it from Kino.
Sheesh. I'm just like, sheesh. That's why I bought this one, and I got it, and I was like, oh, I'm buying another one because I want to have a backfill, and I haven't even showed you the snoot with the little stencils. I'm gonna have like a little.
That's dope. Yeah,
like
cool.
retro looking blinds behind me in red. And when you talk with people on these streams, because they're going to be like, oh, you must, live in like it's like you can control. It's a set, bro. We're on the simulation. It's like control your set. Yeah, control your set to this little degree that you can, and have these little subtle details. Like the sculpture in my background right now. I have these little things that are you can decide, because some of these guys call up just with webcams and they're so boring and they have nothing to offer visually. LFA, but hopefully they can,
as kind of technically dumb as he is, and he openly admits that,
he got a nice set.
He's got a great setup. His light
looks really good. Yeah,
and it doesn't spill onto his background. His background is separate lighting that's isolated. Right. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, no, his light does look really good. I noticed that last time. It was very uniform. Yeah, I should probably position this one to more of one side. It's getting kind of full facial, but
well, the whole point of the grid is to prevent the light from spilling onto the background.
Right, it's more targeted
and control. Yeah.
And evenness, though, also of the light, so it's not so hard.
Well, that's the soft.
Or is that all in the diffusion?
The diffusion is what softens it, and then the grid is what directs it.
Interesting.
But it's cool. It's really cool how the physics works on light, because you can soften it and direct it.
Sure.
At the same time.
The best of both worlds. You can really become a powerful weapon. Yeah, but it's pulsating.
Yeah, the size is very important too on the softbox.
Oh, I wanted to get a bigger one. I'm just like wondering why is this pulsating.
I'm not noticing it.
It's still pulsating. God.
Doesn't look like it is on camera.
It's this monitor. Let's see. Let me pull up my other one. Yeah, it's pulsating on this monitor. It's just like very fast, high frequency kind of pulsation.
I don't see anything on camera that's pulsing. Or
must be my issue. Let's see. I should actually pipe this down a bit more.
Well, I mean, I can let you go here. It's pretty late. I gotta say,
I'm gonna sign off here.
Thank you for the windscreen. This thing helps a lot.
Yeah. Well, thank you for.
I was getting a lot of nose breathing when I was talking on this mic, and this stops it.
Word. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad to help out. I appreciate you helping with Adobe Premiere tutorial kind of things that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, it really accelerated my time.
Happy to share the info.
Yeah, it accelerated a lot of my workload, so I didn't have to deal with. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I learned a lot. I'm using those things moving forward too. I just used trying to chop together something for designing Naples. It's just I have to work with what I have to work with.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the DJI mics and that video camera, you can get a lot done.
Yeah, it's just
For
more
sure.
of the just like correcting the color and working that with my GoPro. And I was a retarded, and I did auto white balance again. I had so many other things in my mind, and
Yeah.
and I can tell when I go into different rooms with the camera, the light shifts from blue to orange, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But, whatever, it's the first one. So hopefully we'll do more. And I know now to do at least dead, pledge allegiance to one color or,
Right.
or,
Right.
or
Well, it's hard when you have.
better do a custom color card and just do a custom white balance. But
Well, if you're doing real estate, then you're mostly at mercy of the daylight. So the best thing to do would just put daylight bulbs in the interior,
well,
or you cover the windows with CTO that changes it to tungsten. But that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Too much work. Just change the bulbs.
just for video, I would just keep it on one setting. I mean, seems to
Right,
be.
But still, if you go outdoor to indoor and you have tungsten bulbs inside, you're still going to have a problem. Unless you do the same shot twice and then you just edit, like a trick edit to when you go outside to inside.
Yeah.
And then you change the white balance because it's a different clip.
Yeah, I'm just dealing with a lot of GoPro to the XA70 camcorder Canon.
Well, do you have your GoPro set on Pro Tune?
I believe so. I mean, I have no problem with. It's interesting having my painting background. I can actually surprise myself and get really good results translating between the two footages. So I don't think it's a problem. It's just the first run and gun, and I'm just looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean,
I'm
even
just
trying
oh
to
my
get
gosh.
Jesse's show. Trying to get Jesse's show correct on the color. I mean, I was just looking at some episodes today, and I'm like, man, okay, that was only a couple weeks ago, and I still didn't have it down. Like,
Yeah,
I think I've got a pretty good solution now, but it's a lot of tail chasing. I think if you just get a color card and put it in front of every camera, and then you don't change the settings on the camera, and you just have presets for matching, then that can solve it most of the time.
but so I have to go into every room and change the color balance. Pretty much, right?
No.
Like every scene,
Because the color
I mean,
card just matches the cameras, and then the white balance.
But you
is a
need to
different
do
issue.
that. But the camera is receiving the information from different circumstances. So would you need a color card every room, or every bathroom, or?
Well, that's what I'm saying is, if you're doing real estate and you have outdoor light and indoor light, the best thing to do, if you're shooting film and you really want it to look right, you change the bulbs in the interior for daylight bulbs, not tungsten bulbs. Like that, you have to do that, or else you cover the windows with CTO gels that change the outdoor light to indoor light.
Yeah, and they used to do that on some of these higher end films in Los Angeles I worked on. They would do they have blackout rooms entirely, and
you got to control
zero light leaks. I'm just like, yeah.
Or you have a light outside with a CTO filter on the light shooting through the window, and then you have tungsten lights on the inside, or you have daylight on the inside and a daylight balanced light on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about like contamination, right? You're not trying to contaminate the area with like different kind of flavors and temperatures of light. You're just trying to keep it's like a studio too. You're trying to keep a quiet space and inject the sound kind of that's only intended to be heard. The frequencies that are only intended to be heard. You're not trying to yeah, hear other stuff, and yeah,
The
that's
reverb
something
and
I
the
do address at
reflections.
work. Yeah, because I mean, at work,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with. I think they have plans to let in daylight, and I'm like, because right now I can block out everything, and I'm getting
Yeah.
great results. And they already cut out the door, and I'm like, this better not be a transparent door because, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to go down
Well,
that path, but
Yeah, you get the curtains.
yeah,
Blackout curtains.
I did talk to who I need to talk with and say that, you know, we pretty much need to have. I need to have nothing coming in here.
Yeah,
It's pretty simple. If you want the
It's a
best of the
studio.
best, you know, you can deviate from there and have not the best of the best or 80% of the best. But if you want the best of the best,
Yeah.
full control. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, same thing with the
This
sound
is-
studio, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's frequency. It's control of environment, and it's important when to get the results or like a proper feedback too, to know what you're actually doing or getting. You know,
Yeah,
not to be tainted with other things of this world, or, you know, other things that can kind of inject what your intention is. So
right. Yeah.
yeah,
our
it's
little
and
private
it's and
space, creative space.
yeah, and it's so rare that we can actually get that, though. You know, like a pure zero space that's totally blacked out or totally soundproof. I mean, it's just not going to happen. So I mean, I've been seeking that my whole life, and I get close, but it never happens. I mean, it's never happened yet. I guess some people got it.
Yeah,
but,
you get closer.
I mean, there's always going to be some light leak, you know, or some sound leak, or some paranoia that your neighbor can hear you or some person can hear you. But
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother element. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream. I guess I'm the host here. So
Start the StreamYard music.
Oh, how do I do that?
It's like the outro music. They have a little music section. I think it's on the right on the panel.
Hold on.
There's only a couple, so it's always the same when people use the free StreamYard. It's like
Far right. Oh, okay. Okay, here.
outro music.
Brand banners, private chat. Hold on, background music. Here we go. I'll play the first one. Yo, why was I not playing these earlier? Let's go.
All right, this has been an episode of Stain Yard.
Let's go.
Tune in next week where maybe there will be something, maybe there won't.
Hey, yo, we are definitely going to be doing more talks. I mean, come on. Was this not a dope talk tonight? We talked about crypto. We talked about
talks.
the next dimension. We talked about things that people aren't talking about. We talked about... Wait, what? Did we even have Drupal in this talk? Damn. Is Drupal behind me sleeping right now? Okay. No, we talked about a lot of good things. Hey, guys. And people need to call in. We got to get more callers. Hey, you liked what we were talking about tonight. Maybe you can call in next time. Let's get it going. Okay, well, like all good things, they got to end. Bro, I don't want them to end, but we got to make it end. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Pocket sleeping in the bed.